Hello everyone, welcome to the Daily News Decoded initiative of NextIS. Today we will discuss 5 important articles from 2 newspapers. The first article is regarding our mains decoded section, the governor's role in federal setup. Beside it, we will also discuss 4 articles from prelims perspective in our explained section. The first article is regarding Mirage 2000, second article is regarding Pinaka ammunition, and third article is regarding Chabahar port. Fourth article is regarding Dibru-Saikhowa National Park. So let us discuss our first article. First article has come into newspaper. There are 2 important articles has come regarding the provisions and regarding the issue of governor. First article is saying that what was gross about the 12 bills kept pending for 3 years. Supreme Court has asked from the Tamil Nadu governor that what has happening, that the governor has kept 12 bills pending for 3 years. The backdrop of this 2 articles is regarding governor's role in withholding the assent to various articles being presented as a bill by state governments. Like Supreme Court also has said that Kerala's plea on governor's conduct in March. They will hear about this. So in this backdrop, let us understand the relevance of these 2 articles. Relevance is in Indian polity and constitution. Now moving ahead, we will see that there are some PYQs also. In Mains 2022, one question came, discuss the essential condition for exercise of legislative powers by the governor. Discuss the legality of re-promulgation of ordinances by the governor without placing them before the legislature. So this question is showing what at that point of time there were again issue of some legislative powers of governor. In that context, this question came. Moving ahead, there are some prelims questions has also come because this topic of governor is very important for prelims perspective also. Like Article 156 of Constitution of India provides that a governor shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office. Which of the following can be deduced from? This is a very old PYQ. Let us discuss what we will cover in this article. This article will be a comprehensive coverage starting from the constitutional provisions and facts. Then there will be what is the role of governor, power and function. Beside it, appointment and terms of office. Then some challenges. Besides this, we will also discuss some Supreme Court judgments which is relevant to this context also in which this news has come, and then way forward. So first we will discuss what are the various constitutional provisions and facts related to the office of governor. Governor is the constitutional head of the state, we all know. Then all the executive power of the state government is taken in the name of governor. Article 153 to Article 167 of Part 4 has the provisions for office of the governor. All powers, functions, roles, responsibility, appointment has been discussed in this Part 6 of the Constitution of India with Articles 153 to Article 167. Governor is also known as titular head, that it is a nominal head, not the real executive. Real executive we all know that chief minister is the real executive. Then governor also has dual role because governor acts as an agent of central government. Beside it, some facts regarding to governor, that Government of India Act 1858 which post our 1857 rebellion has come up, and that led to the provided various powers in the provinces to governor. Then Montagu-Chelmsford reform, that is Government of India Act 1919, it provided with 2 things. It created diarchy at provinces, and that is 2 lists were created, transferred and reserved. So reserved list was put for the governor. Everything and every action under reserved list was to be taken by the governor only. Every power has governor. Whereas Government of India Act 1935 gave this same provision but at the central level. This diarchy was at provincial level in 1919 and then at central level. Moving ahead, in 1947, all these provisions were diluted and governor office was mostly made nominal, as we know today. Then appointment and terms of office. So governor is neither directly elected by the people nor indirectly elected by any electoral college, as in the case of President of India. Terms of office is 5 years. Governor can resign at any time by submitting a resignation letter to the President. Role of governor. Let us discuss some of the role of governor as it is provided by the Constitution of India, and it also helps us to understand some power and function. These all things will help us to understand the context in which this article has came. So role is quite similar to the President of India. The President of India's role is in the context of central government or union government, whereas the role of governor is in the context of state government. Now first is executive powers. So for executive powers, all the actions of a state government is taken in the name of our governor. Beside it, there are some legislative powers like ordinance making power. There are some financial powers like money bill can be only taken after the prior recommendation of governor. Then there are some judicial power like governor also has the power to pardon, commute sentences. So these are some of the powers which governor has itself. Moving ahead, we will discuss various challenges with the governor office. So understanding challenges is very important. Like first challenge is discretion, which is a constitutional challenge, discretion versus obligation, and under Article 200. So under Article 200, what happens? Governor is given the power to reserve any bill for the consideration of President. For the consideration of President, under this article, governor can withhold any bill and can recommend to the President. But even in this article, Supreme Court has said that Tamil Nadu governor was sitting on 12 bills for 3 years. So this is becoming a problem. Even in the case of Kerala government also same thing was happening. So that's why Supreme Court has asked, and there were various petitions have been filed over the period of time, that this issue is becoming a very important challenge in the context of governor and federal setup, because a non-elected body is being overriding elected council of ministers, and that's why this issue has come up to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has asked that what were the reasons, specific reasons under which governor was holding these bills. Now let us move ahead and discuss some other challenge. No constitutional provision in case of disagreement. So if there is any disagreement between our governor and council of minister, there is no provision, especially constitutional provision, under which this can be resolved. So that's why sometimes this become a issue. Beside it, Article 356, it is also a bone of contention because of its misuse. It has been used many a times, and governors from time to time recommended application of President rule in states, which is imposed by central government. So sometimes also these are problems. These mostly are constitutional problem. Right now the problem of Article 200 is become a very important challenge, and in that background our article has also come. Now some of the political challenges like allegation of some bias is against governor, especially in the appointment of chief minister or selection of the candidate who can be appointed as chief minister. Beside it, arbitrary removal of governors are also an issue. From time to time it has happened that central government, if the governor is not favoring them, they arbitrarily remove that. So these are some of the challenges. Now let us see some of the Supreme Court judgments has also come and try to clarify the positions of governor role in the context of Indian polity. So first case is Hargobind Pant case in 1979, in which Supreme Court has reiterated that governor's position is not a job under central government. It is an independent constitutional office. Then second, Nabam Rebia case has also came in 2016, and in this case again Supreme Court has clarified that under Article 163, in which governor has some discretion, is limited and his choice of actions should not be arbitrary or fanciful, but they should be on the basis of recommendation of Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers will help and aid and advise the governor, and the governor has to work on those aid and advice provided by Council of Ministers. Third is E.G. Perarivalan case of 2022. In this case, governor is bound by the advice of the state cabinet on matters of remission under Article 161 of the Constitution. So what has happened in case of Tamil Nadu? Earlier again there was a case where A.G. Perarivalan, who has been sentenced to life and death sentence in the context of Rajiv Gandhi assassination, and his plea was with governor, but governor was not taking again any decision on it, and that's why delaying. In this context again Supreme Court gave the verdict that governor is in this case also bound by the advice of state cabinets. Now let us see what is the way forward. So there are two important committees and their recommendation. First one is Sarkaria Commission recommendation and second is Pucci Commission. Sarkaria Commission has said that Chief Minister should be consulted during the appointment of the governor, whose tenure should generally be 5 years. So that will help to build a consensus. When the governor is appointed by consensus, it will help them to have a working mechanism which will be based on cooperation rather conflict. Let us move ahead. Some other recommendations given by Sarkaria Commission, that the person should be eminent in some walk of life, the person should be from outside the state, beside it there will be minimum political involvement. Then Pucci Commission has also recommended something like impeachment process of governor should be same as president. Then if any bill is there to recommend for president, it should be done within 6 months, although many of these provisions still has not been adopted. Now let us discuss a practice question which you should practice by yourself and put in our comment section. Your peer will review. Discuss the role of governor and what are the challenges being faced by the state executive with respect to the discretionary role of governor. So this question, first in introduction, mention about the article which is relevant to the governor, and then in body part, first part should be your role, second part you should discuss about the challenges being faced by executive, and because it is a 15 marker, then you should provide a way forward. As we have already suggested, you can mention about Sarkaria Commission and Pucci Commission. Now we will discuss first article of explained section, that is about Mirage 2000 aircraft. So this article has come in the backdrop of there is a Mirage 2000 aircraft has crashed near Gwalior. Pilots has ejected safely. Now there are two articles in the Hindu newspaper regarding this Mirage 2000. First is about IF Mirage 2000 crashes near Gwalior after system malfunction and pilots are safe. And second is France sends Mirage 2000 fighter jet to Ukraine. So what is the relevance of this article? The relevance of this article is regarding issues of national importance and science and technology in our prelims examination. So in prelims examination, this can be asked about, what the question will be regarding Mirage 2000. So now let us understand this incident. So what has happened? A twin-seater Mirage 2000 aircraft of Indian Air Force has crashed in Shivpuri of Madhya Pradesh. It happened during a routine training sortie due to a system of malfunction, and both pilots have ejected also properly. There were no civilian casualties. Beside it, France has also sent Mirage 2000 fighter jets to Ukraine in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Let us know some of the facts which are very relevant for Mirage 2000, which can be asked in the prelims examination itself. The multi-role fighter jet is manufactured by Dassault Aviation System of France. So it is being manufactured by France. So this question can come ki the Mirage 2000 is being manufactured by Russia, China, US, but the correct answer is France. They were inducted in 1985 into the Indian Air Force. So Indian Air Force is using since 1985. It played very important role also for India during Kargil war and Balakot air strike. These jets are particularly being stationed at Gwalior Air Base. They have a top speed of Mach 2.2. Mach 2.2 means 2.2 times the speed of sound. Now let us discuss one of the practice question which can be expected, which can come on this topic. The question is, consider the following statement about the Mirage 2000 fighter jet. First, it is a twin engine aircraft developed by Dassault Aviation. Second, it has a top speed of 5 Mach. Third, it played a crucial role in the Kargil war. Which of the above statements are correct? So our humble request to all of you, kindly mark the correct option in our comment section and your peers will review. Let us discuss our second article of the explained section. Second article is regarding Pinaka ammunition, and this article has come in the backdrop of Defense Ministry has signed contract for a variety of ammunition, Army's Pinaka multiple rocket launch system, that is MRLS, Pinaka MRLS. So this article is saying that the Defense Ministry has signed 10,147 crore worth contracts for Pinaka ammunition. And also there is a contract for upgradation in Shakti software which has been designed by BEL, that is Bharat Electronics Limited. Now the relevance of this topic is in our science and technology paper and defense paper for prelims. This question can be asked directly about Pinaka ammunition. Let us see what is Pinaka multiple rocket launch system. Objective behind this move, why this procurement has been done by Defense Ministry, to enhance the range of the Pinaka system. Work is on to enhance range from 120 km to 300 km. Earlier the range was only 120 km, now it has been worked out to 300 km. So it will help us to create a better deterrence. Some important facts about Pinaka system which can be asked in UPSC in multiple statement question. First is multiple barrel rocket launcher. Its range currently is 75 km, but in future it will be 300 km. It is designed by Armament Research and Development Establishment, which is a subsidiary of DRDO and act as its lab. It was first used during Kargil war by India in any conflict. It is named after Lord Shiva's bow. Pinaka is a versatile and high precision rocket system. So the name Pinaka comes from Lord Shiva's bow, and it is a versatile and high precision rocket system. Now let us discuss one of the practice question which can be expected in UPSC examination regarding this topic. The question is, consider the following statements regarding the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher. It was developed by Ordnance Factory Board. It was first used during the Kargil war. It has a maximum range of 150 kilometers. How many of the above statements are correct? So it is our humble request to all of you, please attempt this question and comment in our comment section. Now we will discuss next article about our explained section. The article is regarding Chabar Port. So in today's newspaper there is an article about no word from government on US cancelling Chabar waiver. The backdrop of this article is that US President Donald Trump has signed an order that could impose sanctions on India for its investment in Iran's Chabar port, as India has invested a lot of resources in Chabar port, so that can be jeopardized. Now what is the relevance of this article? We have to discuss. So the relevance is regarding our prelims examination in the section of IR. This question can come. Now let us see what this article says about. So the article says that US government has ordered the National Security Presidential Memorandum has been signed by US President, and it named the port as it is called for maximum economic pressure on the Iranian government. As we know that US and Iran relations are not that much good, and in that context US is trying to put some pressure so that US government will be able to cut off Iran's resources to all funds, including through oil exports, ports and ancillary businesses. So these are the major resources for Iran to fund their various activities, but US is trying to cut off these resources. Now let us discuss what is the background of this issue. So what happened? India and Iran has a cooperation in developing Chabahar port since 2003. So India conceived in 2003 the project, but it did not take off immediately due to various reasons. At that point of time, US was not that much interested, and also US and UN imposed sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program. Then India signed a memorandum of understanding in 2015. This project again gets rejuvenation, and then Washington has eased sanctions on Iran. At that point of time, there was consensus among global community, that this sanction can be reduced in the form of strictness, and which will lead to reform in Iranian society and Iranian government's approach. Then in 2016, contract was executed when our Honorable Prime Minister visited to Iran in 2016. US has unilaterally withdrawn from the nuclear deal. US has done a nuclear deal with Iran, and they have, that is known as JCPOA. That deal was done in the context where Iran will not enrich from a certain amount of quantity for their nuclear program. In 2018, US has unilaterally withdrawn, and then reimposition of sanctions has happened on Iran. This was the background of this issue. Now there is another thing, Chabahar port. Chabahar port is very important for our prelims perspective. So let us see where it is located and what are various important facts which can be asked by UPSC in the prelims. So in the map we can see that Chabahar port is here, that is located in the Gulf of Oman. So it is situated on southeastern Iran, southeastern side of the Iran it is located. To the east, Straits of Hormuz. This is Strait of Hormuz, which Iran's major port Bandar Abbas is located. In Strait of Hormuz, there is another very important port is there, that is Bandar Abbas port, which is Iran's major port. Now there is a new port being developed with India, that is Chabahar port. India has also developed Shahid Basti terminal at the Chabahar port under a 2016 trilateral agreement. There was a trilateral agreement between India, Iran and Afghanistan, so that various goods can be imported and exported to Afghanistan also, and that will help India to bypass Pakistan. Now we can see in the map there is Chabahar port, beside it in Pakistan there is Gwadar port, then this highway is there which connects our Chabahar port to Jahdan, then Jaranj, and finally to Kabul. So this will provide direct access to Afghanistan. Kandla port in Gujarat is the closest port at 550 nautical miles. This question or this fact can be asked. While the distance between Chabahar and Mumbai is 786 nautical miles. So they can twist this whether Kandla port is nearest or our JNPT port located at Mumbai. Now let us see what question can be asked by UPSC. There is a practice question for all of you. The question is, what is the importance of developing Chabahar port by India? India's trade with African countries will enormously increase. India's relation with oil producing Arab countries will be strengthened. India will not depend on Pakistan for access to Afghanistan and Central Asia. Pakistan will facilitate and protect the installation of a gas pipeline between Iraq and India. So this is our humble request to all of you. Please mark your correct answer in our comment section. Now we will discuss our next article, that is Dibru-Sakhowal National Park. So there has been an article in our newspaper today regarding told it can't drill in a national park, oil turns it into a research project. So there is a article in newspaper. The backdrop of article is that OIL, that is Oil India Limited, has got approval for R&D drilling in Assam's Dibru-Sakhowal National Park after an extraction bid was rejected, which was earlier rejected. What is the relevance of this article? The relevance of this article is in the section of environment and ecology. So let us discuss what is the background of this article. So what happened in 2016, Supreme Court has through its ruling said that no permission by whatever name called would be granted for mining inside national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and forest area. So in 2006, Supreme Court has given its verdict that mining cannot be done in these protected areas. Now in 2013 again Supreme Court has given a ruling and extended the no mining zone by 1 kilometer around national park and sanctuaries. Now in further subsequent ruling, Supreme Court has done this. Now Oil India Limited has proposed initially to get a clearance for its oil and gas extraction using extended research drilling in Assam's Dibru-Saikhowa National Park, but this was not accepted and rejected. Now let us understand what were the reasons for rejection of this drilling proposal. So a previous blowout at Baghjan oil field, let us first understand the map. So this green area is the boundary of our Dibru-Saikhowa Biosphere Reserve. Dibru-Saikhowa Park is both Biosphere Reserve as well as National Park. So this is the boundary of the park. This is our Brahmaputra river, and it is located in Assam. You can see in the map of India, it is located in Assam. It is between two districts, it's spread between two districts. It has also two other rivers. They are very small, like Lohit is also present and forms the boundary. In further slides we will see that also. Now what has happened, Baghjan oil field which is located here, so there was a spillover, and due to that there was fear that possible risk of oil spillover will be there and Brahmaputra river and other river channels will be polluted due to this oil spill. Let us move ahead. Let us discuss about specifically Dibru-Saikhowa National Park, which can be directly asked in our UPSC prelims questions. So it is National Park as well as Biosphere Reserve. Earlier also we have said this. Then it is located on the south bank of the river Brahmaputra in the state of Assam. Now the question can be asked whether it is located on north bank or south bank. So south bank is the correct answer. It is in the Assam. What are the various floras? So floras are basically in this region semi-evergreen, deciduous, littoral, swamp and wet evergreen forest. So there is a huge variety of flora present in this Biosphere Reserve or National Park. Now about fauna. So about fauna, the most important is that this national park was mainly established to protect the white-winged wood duck, and this question can itself be asked, that what was the purpose to establish Dibru-Saikhowa National Park. Beside it, other various faunas are there like small Indian civet, Gangetic dolphin, slow loris, rhesus macaw, capped langur, hollowed gibbon, feral horses. So these are some of other species which are very important and present in this national park. Which are the various rivers bounded? Brahmaputra, Lohit and Dibru river. That's why the name of the park is Dibru-Saikhowa National Park. There is a special features also that this has been identified as a biodiversity hotspot and important bird area. That is, these two statuses are also given to this national park. So now we can see that four things has been important for this, that this is a biosphere reserve, this is a national park, this is a biodiversity hotspot, and at last this is also an important bird area. So this can be asked. Now let us discuss some policy and regulatory development which has happened in the context of this oil drilling. In September 2013, government through Environment Ministry exempted ERD projects from forest clearance except inside national parks, sanctuaries and eco-sensitive zones. Then in November 2023, again what happened? Some key officials from Environment Ministry, DGH, Oil and Wildlife Institute of India discuss and push for an R&D study as an alternative. So earlier, because it was rejected, so they were pushing for R&D. Now, as this has been done, what is the next step which can be done? So project approval process on 27 January, what happened? R&D proposal was considered and there was bypassing of online submission route at the Forest Advisory Committee meeting. FAC means Forest Advisory Committee meeting. That is the body which provides such type of clearances. Implementation timeline. Now, the Wildlife Institute of India had already been awarded the R&D project to be completed before the onset of the monsoon. There is also proposal for long-term study plan that study various biogeographic zones over the next 5 years to formulate ERD guidelines for eco-sensitive areas. So these were the things which has happened. Now, in the end, let us have a practice question which will help you to understand which type of question can be asked on this topic in our prelims examination. So consider the following statement with reference to Dibru-Saikhowa National Park. It is situated in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. Lohit and Dibru river passes through the national park. It was mainly established to protect the white-winged wood duck. So this is our humble request to all of you. Please mark your answer in our comment section, and thanks for watching this video. Thank you.